So is college worth it these days? I mean, at least in 2025, I'm not sure that it is. I mean, you look at the advances of technology, what artificial intelligence can do, and you just see like how economic trends are going, at least in 2025, where there's just so many job cuts and a lot of major corporations just going above and beyond to make cuts to just increase their bottom line. Doesn't really make sense to go to college unless there are specific majors, and this is a major asterisk on this, because even subjects that belong to STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, manufacturing fields, these are also kind of getting eroded away by the advancement of artificial intelligence. It almost feels that like no skilled trade is safe these days with artificial intelligence, unless you go into the skilled trades, plumbing, being an electrician. These are like hands-on trades that you just have to use your hands to really get into this line of work. It's something that is so tangible that artificial intelligence can't necessarily replace. But I don't know, I just bring this up because like in 2026, like I feel like that like the job market is just going to be very, very difficult for new college grads, especially just how the job market is right now. Like, I don't know, it wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, right. It just doesn't make sense that to spend all this thousands of dollars into tuition, and especially if it's like a BS major like communications or what other bogus majors that there are out there, gender studies. Like, for God's sakes, if you're gonna go into liberal arts, into any of that field in the arts, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say. Not to say that the arts and liberal arts are not important. They are. They matter. I think that's one of the most beautiful components of humanity is the arts. But at the same time, you got to be realistic. I'm not sure if college is worth it these days. If you know that you're going to go into the STEM fields, then perhaps it's worth it. If you're going to go into engineering, technology, manufacturing, or even in the medical fields, there's always going to be a need for that. However, again, this is the asterisk. It's not safe from AI. It's not. A lot of jobs are going to be definitely changed, at least in those fields, with artificial intelligence. It's just from what I'm seeing, like in the news headlines, that there's going to be a lot of college grads in 2026 that are going to be facing a very, very tough job market. So if you're open to the skilled trades, I would definitely look into that. It's worth looking into, especially in these hard economic times. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense, to fork out so much tuition money when you're not even guaranteed a return. If you can do a public institution or a 2-year community college that's public, you're going to be better off in the long run, because you're not going to be forking all that tuition money for your degree. Definitely avoid private institutions, because unless you have a scholarship, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it in 2025 and beyond. Catch you in the next video.